Stars make every player on the team better. Michael Jordan, his ability to challenge himself, his natural ability physically of being able to play with such great energy, his intelligence, basketball intelligence, all those things I think were remarkable. I enjoyed coaching Michael Jordan because he had a respect for coaches and he had a desire to play at a peak level, and he's willing to follow instructions without, wanting to over-dominate the game. Even as a young player, there were times in the fourth quarter where he would make up the difference in a ball game on his own. I had to bring Michael in my office and say, Michael, when's the last time someone who led the league in scoring won a championship? Thought about it a bit. He said, Rick Barry. I said, yeah, that's right, in the 70s. But it's very rare that person that wins scoring championship is also on a championship team. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to move the ball around, and we're going to take the spotlight off you all the time and involve the other players on your team. He said, oh, you're going to have that equal opportunity offense. Well, what's going to happen when the 24-second clock gets under 5 seconds? We'll coach the players how to get the ball to you in that particular time so you can activate the ball. Save that terrific scoring ability for the fourth quarter. He laughed, and he accepted the responsibility. And the other thing that we did is we moved him from a guard to a forward position. We really wanted to win the series in Chicago, game 5, and we lost this game, and we flew out to Utah to play the 6th game, and Michael said, we're going to end it tonight. You guys get ready for this ball game because we're not going 7. Going into the game, we kind of knew what we had to do to win the game. You had to play close, but come out and win the game in the last 5 minutes. The timeout that I did take with about 40-some seconds to go. That was the key, because knowing Jerry Sloan and having coached against him many times, I knew that if we could go down and score and make it a one-possession game, that he wouldn't call a timeout. We'll run the open. Dennis will, run a pick or set a pick or slip a pick, depending upon what Ostertag does. And Michael, you can double back on Malone if you have the ability. You saw the crowd rise behind that whole activity. You could see the anticipation that they had that this was a crucial moment. Michael changed the idea and pulled up for the jumper instead of taking it to the hoop, and finished it. We called that season The Last Dance, and I thought, for an ending of a career, there could have been nothing sweeter than what Michael had just done.
Dusk here in Salt Lake City, Utah, as we get ready for tonight's big game. Welcome, everyone, to Salt Lake City, Utah for Game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Coach, the Jazz need to win 2 in a row, but these rabid fans trying to will them to the finish line.
And if they win tonight, Kevin, Game 7 would also be here on their home court. So this crowd could have a decided impact on the final outcome.
And in the first 2 games here in Salt Lake City, Clark, Jordan and Pippen, Kukoc also, combining to go 4 for 23 from 3. And it's unheard of.
It really is, Kevin, and the Jazz with a bit more size and strength inside, it sure would help Chicago if they can space the floor a little better tonight and knock down some of those perimeter shots.
On the floor for the Chicago Bulls, Luke Longley is at the 5. The forwards, Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc. And at the guard positions, Ron Harper and the great Michael Jordan. And so for the Utah Jazz, it's Adam Keefe and Karl Malone inside. Brian Russell at the 3 and also tasked with defending Michael Jordan. And the skilled backcourt of Jeff Hornacek and John Stockton.
When you look at how the Bulls have played on the road this postseason, they're only 4-4. And most of those losses have come against their toughest opponents, Utah and Indiana.
Now, here is Russell. Back to Stockton for 3. And that's collected by Longley.
Not what we expected at all. He normally has that shot down cold.
Especially when he's got space like that. Very surprising.
That one good for 2. Clark, of course, it took Chicago 7 games to get past Indiana. And as a former Pacer, I know how proud you are of those players from Indianapolis.
No question about it, Kevin, being part of that franchise's history and seeing that Indiana team push the Bulls harder than any team had during this dynasty, impressive.
It was.
Boy, how about the confidence? I love watching him be that assertive down low.
And pin the blame on the defense there. You can't just give him an open layup.
And a big Game 5 for Tony Kukoc. You know, Clark, he made as many shots in just 13 attempts as Jordan and Pippen made collectively in a combined 42. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, his efficiency was off the charts, and I don't think the Bulls fed him enough. They got to remedy that tonight, though, Kevin.
You're right. Malone trying to break free. A nice shot by Hornacek. Hornacek's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And in the 4th quarter of Game 5, John Stockton didn't attempt a single field goal. Jerry Sloan would like him to be a little more assertive with his scoring tonight.
He's been an outstanding field goal percentage shooter throughout his career and in this series, Mike, so no real reason for him not to look for his shot.
Here is Stockton following the basket by Michael Jordan. Malone right side. Outside, Russell. Jazz passing it around. 5 on the clock. Here's Stockton. Here's Malone. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
And Karl Malone, the 1997 league MVP, has a full package of offensive firepower. Inside, outside, he gets it done in multiple ways.
And first team all defense 2 years running. Give him credit. He's an elite 2-way player.
Here's Stockton following the basket by Michael Jordan. Stockton the pass to Malone. Russell with it. Malone kicks to Hornacek. Shoots from 12, and the jumper falls for him. Hornacek's got 6.
If you allow Hornacek a look from there, it's almost like a layup for him.
Harper the pass to Longley. The dish to Jordan. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. And Mike, coming into this game, Malone said he wanted to attack the paint early.
That's right, looking to put pressure on the rim and, if possible, get Rodman and Longley in early foul trouble.
Now, here's Malone. That one falls. Malone's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And you can see how confident Malone is inside. I mean, he feels like he can score on anybody from there.
Outside Pippen. Here's Jordan.
He added some style to that one. I think he should get some bonus points for that.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely making a show of it.
When you get the chance for a jam like that, you have to take it.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. And the Bulls, David Aldridge, with some concerning injuries.
Thanks, guys. Now, the big news for the Bulls is the condition of Scottie Pippen, who hurt his back in Game 3. He did take an injection yesterday, did electrical stim, iced it, had ultrasound and a massage, and then he did a lot of stretching. He told me he's a little bit ginger, but nothing can keep him out of a game like this. Back to you.
We knew that. David, thank you. Mike, it really has been an injury-plagued series for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Ron Harper has the flu, can't hold down any food. Plus, the Bulls have been without a couple other key players. Monumental challenge for them tonight.
Huge, you're right. For the Jazz, Carr, he's checked in for Keefe. Morris comes in for Russell. And Isley subbed in for John Stockton. Then for the Bulls, Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for Longley. Burrell comes in for Scottie Pippen. And Steve Kerr is subbed in for Ron Harper.
And the Bulls limping to the finish. You wonder, do they have enough left to get it done?
There is a toll to playing into June year after year. A lot of challenges to reach this point. Now, with the finish line in sight, they're trying to make that last push.
Isley, the pass to Hornacek. At the top of the key, Malone. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, the officials won't let that slide. I mean, they're eager to call out those illegal screens as well. They should be.
I do think he was trying to get there, but you've got to be completely planted.
Kerr outside. And there's the pass to Burrell. Now, here's Kerr. Defense is right there. Hey, Clark, with the injury issues to Pippen and Harper, so much falling on the big shoulders of Michael Jordan.
And we know those shoulders are broad and capable, and we're used to thinking of Michael Jordan as superhuman, but he's now in his 30s playing big minutes. Does he have enough to climb another hurdle? We'll see.
It's going to be interesting to find out. And he can't get the first one.
Hey, one of the deadliest three-point shooters in the game. Kerr knows his team depends on him to stretch the defense, and he provides just that.
And he's good on the second. And a big question in this game will be how effective Scottie Pippen can be with this back spasm issue.
Well, in Game 5, he was only 2 of 16 from the floor. But he gave them 11 boards, 11 assists, and 3 steals. Can he find a way to impact the game tonight?
Like he did in Game 5, you're right.
A well-timed swipe by Kerr to steal the ball, and he starts getting it up court for a fast break.
Morris outside, passes it to Isley. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Jordan. And now the Bulls on the break. Up the floor. The Bulls with the finish line in sight, looking for their 6th ring in the last 8 years. Jazz trailed by 7. Pass to Morris. Malone kicks to Hornacek. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Malone. 6 to shoot. Here's Isley. Good, and the assist goes to Malone.
Malone, an outstanding passer at the power forward position. He's got really good floor awareness and has a really good understanding of when to get the ball to the open man.
Now, here's Rodman. Outside Jordan. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Jordan's got 17.
You would think they were really feeling good in warm-ups because they started this game hot out of the gates.
And their shot selection has been excellent. Great patience shown by them.
Malone, good. And it's 6 points for Karl Malone.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And he drives in. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Bulls out front, up by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Welcome back to the second quarter of the NBA Finals, Game 6 here in Utah, as the Chicago Bulls look to close out the Jazz. But do they have enough left in the tank to get it done? Chicago leading by 6.
And these Bulls have to feel like the time is now to close out the series. They do not want it getting to a Game 7 on the road.
Rodman passes to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Back to Rodman. To the middle. Here's Kerr. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Nice job there with the body control from Steve Kerr, not allowing the defense to knock him off his stride.
And Clark, the Bulls looking to close it out tonight. Critical, since very few teams have been able to win a Finals Game 7 on the road.
And you know what, Kevin? If it got to that point, all the momentum would be with the Jazz, having battled back from down 3-1. The Bulls got to play like this is the Game 7 here.
Oh, once again, you've mapped it out well, Clark. Malone is out there with Antoine Carr. Then it's Russell. Then it's Jeff Hornacek. And it's Stockton in at the 1 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Mike, in the early going, Kukoc is getting his touches, and he has responded.
Such a unique skill set for a player of his size. He presents a tough matchup for the Utah Jazz.
He does.
And even though that one didn't go down, that's really good shot selection.
This is what the coaches are encouraging, even when these type of shots don't fall.
Pippen clearly laboring tonight, guys. That back must still be a factor.
Hey, it's as plain as pound cake. Keep it simple. They want to see how big this league can get.
No such thing as running up the score at this level.
Stockton passes to Hornacek. Offline with his 3.
That might as well be a layup if you give him that much space.
You have to do a better job of taking away space from him, especially when he's lining up at a 3.
So, Mike, the mailman, Karl Malone, as intended, doing damage inside.
The Bulls lack anyone who can really slow him down in there.
Now, here's Stockton. No points in the game yet for him. Four on the shot clock. There's Russell with the 3. They need this. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Kukoc.
You know, it's really tough to go up against Malone because he's so big and strong, which is why the defense oftentimes is forced to foul him. Shooting 2.
Free throw drops from Malone. And Clark, the Bulls could go to Tony Kukoc a bit more often. If you ask me, he's been terrific.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. And especially when you consider Pippen's back issues. They could use Kukoc because Tony's delivered when he's been called upon and given more opportunity.
He certainly has. Keefe is checked in for Utah. Anderson comes in for Hornacek. And both free throws good for Malone.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a format.
Now, here's Pippen. He's still scoreless so far in this one, and it's good for 2.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
And in this MVP battle so far, Michael Jordan is coming out, I think, Coach, on top.
Yeah, Karl Malone not having the same impact as MJ. That's been a factor.
Huge. Here's Anderson. Stockton looking around. Another miss by Utah.
Well, there wasn't much there in terms of defensive pressure. I'm sure he'd like another crack at that shot. And the Utah Jazz not getting a lot from their center position in this series. Both Greg Ostertag and Jeff Forster, relative non-factors.
How do you expand the lead? Increase it. It takes good play on both ends.
Yeah, it's not just about buckets, not just about stops. You need both.
Now here's Stockton. He kicks it to Russell. Pass to Anderson. Stockton against Harper. Shot from the wing. Stockton's shot is off. And for the Jazz's center troubles, Clark, you can't help but recall the trade deadline deal.
Oh!
Can you believe that?
Turned up and turned out. Throwing it down. Come on.
And the Jazz call time here. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
They simply have no answer for him right now, and he's making them pay dearly for it.
Morris is checked in for Utah. Isley comes in for John Stockton. And the Bulls making a change also. Bushler's checked in for Pippen. Nice ball movement by Utah. There's the pass to Morris. Got it. Good job in the low post. Morris has got his first 2 points of the night.
And in these particular playoffs, the Bulls have lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. They know they've got to get busy and handle their business now. What a power surge by these guys. They can't miss.
Literally, what a stretch.
.121 left to play in the first half. Here's Isley to the wing on the left. His first shot coming late. Here's Keith. Lays it up off the glass.
The attacking mentality on the glass. Keith is excellent at positioning himself to come away with second chance points.
Here's Jordan. Count the basket. Jordan's got 31.
Even with the score where it is, he just keeps coming.
Isley the pass to Morris. Here's Isley. He's guarded by Harper. Morris outside. Passes it to Isley. Out to Morris. Pulls up. Utah the rebound. Pass to Isley. Pass to Anderson. Here's Isley. He's guarded by Harper. From deep. Rodman grabs the rebound. Rodman's got his 5th rebound in this one. A drive by Jordan. And Jordan slams it home.
Nice find there by Rodman, leading to the bucket.
Can't hit that one.
Utah still struggling from deep. We saw it last game, and it's continued in this one.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the Chicago Bulls. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Back right after this. Welcome back to the second half of Game 6 in the NBA Finals here in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Jazz trying to force a Game 7 against the defending champion Chicago Bulls in front of these tremendous fans. Here's Jordan. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen.
And not just Scottie Pippen dealing with a bad back. John Stockton also dealing with back issues.
1 half remaining between Chicago and Jordan winning their 6th championship. So for Chicago right now, Pippen is out there with Tony Kukoc. Then there's Harper. Then it's Rodman. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. Russell passes to Keith. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Keith's got his 2nd basket of the game. And apparently Clark Stockton got a back adjustment at halftime.
Well, Kevin, you know, at this point in the season, just about everybody is dealing with some kind of ailment. It's really a battle of attrition.
It is. Stockton the pass to Hornacek. And here's Russell. Stockton kicks to Russell. The pass to Keith. Wants to get it to Malone and does. He can't get that one. And Chicago will go the other way with it. And Pippen giving them what he can. But Clark, you can tell he is really limited.
Sometimes it's simply the power of your presence, Kevin, that can inspire your team. Just being out there can give your team a lift. You go back to Willis Reed limping out of the tunnel in that iconic shot in 1970. Will Scotty's sacrifice lift his teammates in the same way? Perhaps.
That is the question.
Well, that limp that Russell has makes him a tough defender, too.
Down low, Malone. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Malone's got 10.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And now to Hall of Famer David Aldridge for a word on Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Kevin. Michael Jordan hasn't missed a single game since he returned from playing baseball. This year, he's played more minutes than at any time since the 1992 season. And he was, of course, much younger. And with the Bulls ailing, he's being asked to do even more, if that's physically possible. Guys?
David, thanks. We appreciate the report. You know, Clark, if anyone can do it, it's probably Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Kevin, he's one of the rarest athletes I've ever seen. You think about his unique giftedness as an athlete, size, speed, strength, endurance, and then you think about that competitive drive. He actually plays like an overachiever because of how driven he is and how committed he is to being the best he can be. I don't know if I've seen a guy any more competitive than Michael Jordan.
I am right there with you. And, Coach, the hot hand of Tony Kukoc continues to find the net.
The lefty's such a gifted ball handler. He can get his shot off whenever he wants.
The mailman delivering the night, door-to-door style. Malone asserting himself well on the offensive end.
Kukoc passes to Jordan. Dishes to Pippen. Over Hornacek. Rebounded by the Jazz. Keith's got his fourth rebound in this one.
And you look at Karl Malone, 6'9", 250 pounds, just a Goliath. The Bulls are hard-pressed to deal with his physicality inside.
Utah needs to get off a shot here. Three-pointer from Stockton. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Superb anticipation on that rejection, and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
Carr, he's checked in for Keith. Chicago also making some changes. Longley's checked in for Rodman, and Steve Kerr is subbed in for Harper. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Jordan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Malone. And Clark, can talk about defending Malone. Dennis Rodman is game for that challenge. He's game for any challenge, but that one in particular.
Yeah, with Dennis Rodman, it's about embracing that hard-nosed physical play. And we know that Rodman is a guy who never backs up from that.
No, he doesn't. First free throw is good. A different look for Utah. Morris is checked in for Russell. Anderson comes in for Hornacek. And Isley subbed in for John Stockton. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Burrell, he's checked in for Scottie Pippen. And both free throws good for Jordan.
And, you know, you look at the Jazz with Malone and their other bigs, they've got a significant size advantage inside, but the Bulls have done a nice job holding their own on the glass.
Morris outside. Clock at 6. Here's Isley, defended by Kerr. A shot by Isley, no good. Mike, you were talking about the size comparison between these two teams. The Bulls are a lot bigger on the perimeter.
Yeah, Harper and Jordan both 6'6". Contrast that with the Jazz, Stockton at 6'1", Hornacek at 6'3". They don't have the same length on the wings.
Right, it is on display for sure. Pass to Carr. Kukoc with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Here's Jordan. Lays it up and banks it in. Jordan's got 10 points in just the second half.
Keep doing work inside. Close range looks like that will keep your lead safe. Stay on the attack.
I agree. The defense has to shut the door on those kinds of shots if they want to turn this around.
Coach, Michael Jordan is having himself a game. Wow.
Outplaying Karl Malone to this point. The Bulls getting the better of that superstar matchup.
The Bulls have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Foster's checked in for the Jazz.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
.103 left in the third. Morris outside. Pass to Isley. Fires at the elbow. Out to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Kukoc grabs the miss. Here's Chicago. They're on a 13-4 run. That's good, and so Kerr with the assist.
What a finish. Kukoc not at all bothered by the bump.
Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Isley, defended by Kerr. They grab their own miss. Isley the pass to Carr. They shoot again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Kukoc.
I don't think there was any question about that being a foul.
Yeah, no debate here. We could clearly see the contact.
The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 shot.
First one falls for him. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Outside, Jordan. Michael Jordan getting it done for the Chicago Bulls. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're back for the 4th quarter of play here in Game 6. The Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls, for the 2nd year in a row, battling for an NBA championship. It all comes down to this. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Utah.
And you look at it, John Stockton, 36 years of age, Karl Malone at 34. You wonder, is this their last best chance at a title?
So with Malone on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Jerry Sloan. They've got Isley. Foster is out there with Keith. Then it's Morris. And it's Anderson in at the 2 guard.
Watch Anderson at the arc.
Jordan against Anderson. Here's Foster. is rebounded by Jordan. And Stockton at this point has played more playoff games, Clark, than anyone in NBA history without winning a title.
Boy, you certainly respect the number of deep runs that he's been part of, and at this point, all he wants is a ring.
Because he's going to the Hall of Fame, but you're right, this has got to be the one thing absent on his resume.
No doubt.
Tipped away and stolen by Jordan. And Special K, Pippen struggling to have his usual impact, but you got to respect the effort. My goodness.
Yeah, much respect for Scotty, and you wonder if Jordan's flu game from last year's finals is on Scotty's mind. Thinking whatever I can give my team, I got to try to give it to him.
That's a tough comparison, but a decent one. You're right.
Yeah, I agree.
At just under 7 feet, Foster can make trouble inside. He gets physical and gets through the contact.
And here's Jordan outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Jordan's got 52 points.
You are asking for trouble if you're going to allow that kind of shooter that kind of a good look. You can't let that happen.
Let's face it, they have not done a good job staying attached to shooters, and it shows in the score.
Here's Morris. Doesn't go for him. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Kerr. Good, and it's Jordan picking up the assist.
Boy, are they locked in on offense, knocking down every shot right now.
And the other team has to step it up on defense. No excuse letting them torch you like this.
Jordan against Anderson. Foster passes to Morris. 4 on the clock. Goes up to the stripe. The shot by Isley, no good.
Brian Russell's size, he's 6'7" and 225 pounds, and he's got good athleticism too. Really makes him the best defensive option for Utah in playing Michael Jordan.
Inside, Morris, and he lays it straight in.
Use the pick, get space. Easy, smart basketball.
And Russell drafted in the second round back in '93, Mike. He's played his entire career with the Jazz.
And he's not on the floor for his offense. His role for this Jazz team is to be a wing stopper.
Isley the pass to Anderson. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Buechler. It's good from in tight. Buechler's got his first 2 points.
Fantastic work on the offensive glass. Like seeing Buechler getting after it, being rewarded for his effort.
Here's Foster. Chicago grabs the miss.
I think there's way more they could have done there to try and open something up, get something a little better.
Yeah, they settled for a poor shot when they didn't have to.
Anderson against Longley. Pass to Isley for the three. Buries the long-range jumper.
Nice pass, creating the opportunity. Great teamwork on that one.
Now the Bulls with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. From deep, Jordan. That's good. And so Kerr with the assist. Kerr's got 6 assists in the game. Jordan's gone 3 of 5 from the arc. 60% shooting the 3-ball. The pass to Isley. Kicks to Anderson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Foster. Rebounded by Wennington.
Incredible effort defensively. No easy buckets.
Kerr the pass to Jordan. Over Morris. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 59 points.
Nice ball movement. Kerr getting the assist.
Morris outside. Anderson passes to Isley. Passes to Morris. 5 to shoot. Charity stripe shot. Second shot opportunity. Keefe's shot is good.
Interior D does their job well. but they still can't disrupt Keefe's move to the finish.
Anderson against Jordan. Pass to Buechler. Jordan inside, and it's Jordan with the jam.
They have shown up at just the right time, putting the finishing touches on this game.
This run absolutely closes the door on any chance of a surprise ending. That'll do it.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Isley the pass to Foster. Pass to Isley. Here's the three. Hits it from three-point range.
And it's got to be frustrating that they're finally starting to play like this, being this one is basically done.
Well, hopefully they can take this energy into the next one, because I don't see them coming away with the victory tonight.
Here's Jordan. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Showing just how dominant he can be. He's just carrying this offense right now.
And the Chicago Bulls win their 6th championship, completing a second three-peat. Without question, Mike, one of the greatest dynasties this league has ever seen.
6 championships in 8 seasons. A decade of dominance. The 90s have belonged to Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
And this title run for the Bulls, arguably, Clark, their most difficult, with age and injuries and even some palace intrigue. But for the moment, merely jubilation.
You covered it all there, Kevin. What a remarkable run. And now we'll just have to wait and see whether they decide to run it back one more time. This very well, though, could be the final chapter for this incarnation.